Here are the best moments and storylines from Bryson Dechambeau's Ryder Cup press conference. Here's what he had to say about driving the first hole at Bethpage Black.
Yeah, I think the first hole is definitely drivable if it's downwind. Crosswind or end of the wind, you've got to have close to 200 ball speed to get there. But if it's downwind, I could definitely get to the front edge if the conditions aren't too soft.
What's the yardage from the?
It's like 365, something like that. That's nothing, right? It's just a normal little long drive shot.
Did you try 6 as well?
Number 6.
The dogleg left par 4 with the bunkering.
No, I haven't. It's too upsloped. And if it's downwind, I mean, yeah, you can get it up there, but you still have just a little flip wedge, probably 30 yards, something like that. If it gets firm, there's definitely a possibility, but it's been raining, so you never know. You never know.
Here are Bryson's thoughts on playing in a foursome.
Bryson, it's been a long time since you've played foursomes, but yet it would also be kind of hard to see you sitting. Can you just sort of balance the two and what goes into that? You know, the lack of experience, and also the lack of experience with these guys and getting that straight.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, it's about what can we do to give ourselves the best chance to win as a team. So if I'm going out tomorrow, great in the morning. If not, like, totally understand, and I'm here to support no matter what. I think anybody that I'm paired with, I'd be excited to play with. I know the team has been awesome. I've enjoyed every second of being in the team room. The guys have been incredible, and the support that they've given me and vice versa has been emotional for me. It shows that we're coming together as a team, and we're not doing it for anything else other than our country.
Here's what Bryson had to say about Brandon Chamblee's comments about his YouTube views.
Bryson, a couple social media questions. I know you're busy with team stuff this week. Have you seen much of what your side and Europe is putting out? And then also, on Brandel Chamblee mentioned your numbers were pretty dubious, he thought, on YouTube. If you had seen that comment, if you had any comment on that.
Yeah, no, I responded jokingly to it just a little bit ago. I think it was a couple days ago, and I think it's great. I think any time that people can throw stuff at me like that, I enjoy it. I appreciate it, and I think it's good for ultimately the game of golf because it starts to spur conversation on. And ultimately on YouTube, you have to be verified to be able to subscribe and whatnot. So don't think it's really that honest or true, but it is what it is. I mean, anytime you can say something like that and create more buzz for the game of golf, it's great.
Here are Bryson Dechambeau's thoughts on missing the 2023 Ryder Cup.
You've talked a little bit about how much fun you've had team room and how much you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what was it like to not be a part of the team 2 years ago?
Yeah, it sucked. I wanted to be there. Didn't play well enough in the majors. Knew what I was up against when I went to live, and you know, it's a whole nother conversation. But I still wanted to make the team and wasn't able to. And seeing the guys lose really put a fire in my stomach, and wanted to make the team this time around. And now we're here, and we're a day away from starting probably, if not the most exciting golf event in golf.
Here are Collin Morikawa's thoughts on the hometown crowd at Bethpage Black.
I'll be honest, I think it's kind of tame so far. Tuesday and Wednesday, I know tomorrow's going to be pretty bad, but I hope Friday's just absolute chaos. I'm all for it. I think it feeds into who we are and the American players and the American team. We want it. Like we want to use that to our advantage. I think every sport uses their home crowd to their advantage. And just because we don't play in a setting like this doesn't mean the craziness of what New York and the rest of the country that people are traveling in from, that doesn't mean we can't use that to our advantage. I think we really have to tap into that. So I hope they come strong. I mean, watching all these little kids, I know they want autographs, but come Friday, I hope they go crazy.
Here are Collin Morikawa's thoughts on team events bringing out his best golf.
Collin, you said a couple weeks ago that sometimes these team events can almost like jolt you into being the player that you know you can be. Is that happening this week, and why do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean, look, so far this week, I've hit the ball actually probably better than I have. Statistically, I know my numbers, ball striking wise, look good, but it's a confidence thing. I think these weeks just pull out the best in you, especially when you have a home crowd like this and people are cheering you on and you want to just hit great shots. Sometimes your focus gets that much more intentional, and when intentions match kind of what you're trying to accomplish, you know, it sometimes comes together. So these weeks are a moment for that, and you want to step up to the plate, and you don't want to let not just the team down, but the rest of the country essentially that are rooting you on.
Here are the best moments from Rory McIlroy's Ryder Cup press conference. Here's what he had to say about winning away at the Ryder Cup.
Rory, winning these things at home is obviously a great experience, but it's winning away that makes absolute legends, I guess. What is it about this particular group that gives you confidence that you can do that this week?
The one thing that I've talked about a lot going into this Ryder Cup is I love the continuity of this team. I love that 11 of the 12 are the same as we had in Rome, and the 12th has the same DNA as the other one. So we've won before. I feel like it's been a really cohesive group for the last 3 years. We all know what to expect. We all know what our roles are within the team. And I think that has us prepared to give it a really good go this week. Over the past, basically since 2012, you look at the results of the Ryder Cup, the home team has won every time, but they also have won convincingly. It's been pretty one-sided either way. So, whatever team, whether that's Europe or America, that is the one to break that duck, I think is honestly is going to go down as one of the best teams in Ryder Cup history. And Luke said it in his opening remarks yesterday, but we are here and we are playing for history, and we're playing for the players that came before us and the people that basically laid the foundations for what the European Ryder Cup team are. But we're also playing for the guys that are going to come behind us as well, and the young boys that are dreaming of becoming European Ryder Cup players. We want to try to leave a legacy for them as well. So we have a wonderful opportunity this week, but we also understand it's going to be very difficult.
Hi, Rory. Would you say that from the moment Ricky and Tommy shook hands in Rome 2 years ago, that this, even more so than the Masters perhaps, has been the singular focus for you?
I think when you get swept up in Ryder Cup week, it's easy to say that, but I still want to play well for myself, and I've always said I'm proudest of my individual achievements in the game, but the most memorable moments and the most fun I've had in my career have been at Ryder Cups, so they're a little bit different. But I do think that, as I said, winning another away Ryder Cup, just considering how hard that has been over the past 12 years, it would be one of the greatest accomplishments of my career for sure.
Here are Rory's thoughts on Bryson chirping at him during the Ryder Cup.
Hey Rory, everyone loves the rivalries of the Ryder Cup. Bryson said he's going to be chirping in your ear. You said that he only says your name to get attention. Is this early mind games? Have you got a message back for him or Team USA?
I promised Luke I would only talk about the European team today. I'm going to stick to it. No, look, I think, again, it's so easy to play into narratives this week and to get swept up in this whole, rivalries and Ryder Cup and whatever it is. All I want to do is go and try and put blue points on the board. I don't care who it's against. If I come up against Bryson at some point, that's great. I think that's wonderful for the championship and wonderful for us as well in some ways. But, I just want to go out there and put blue points on the board and do what I can for the European team.
That wraps up the golf news, and thank you for watching. For your daily dose of golf news, subscribe to Daily Divot Golf and click the bell icon to stay notified about our latest videos. Drop your thoughts and reactions about the top stories in the comments below, and I'll pin the best takes. Click the video on screen to get caught up on yesterday's news.